Belum. Okay.
Belum. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, hello everyone and good evening. Okay, thank you for attending the meeting today. And now that all of us are here, one of us cannot join us today, which is Engku. I heard she has a bad internet connection, so it's fine. Okay, and I think with the three of us, the meeting we can start. Okay, first I'd like to welcome you all again and thanks everyone for your cooperation. And I know lately we are all busy with our own assignments and projects. And honestly, I appreciate you all for everyone's determination for the meeting today. Okay, and as we have previously discussed, the agenda for today's meeting will mainly be related with the topic of corporate social responsibility, or shortly known as CSR. Okay, first we'll discuss about the concept and understanding the concept of CSR. After that, we'll be reviewing on the importance of CSR. Okay, and then followed by the real life CSR application from companies around the globe. And if time allows us, I would like everyone to give their individual opinion regarding this topic, as this topic will be in our agenda for next week's meeting also. Okay. And finally, we'll be deciding on the time for the next week's meeting, and that's all. Okay, so first we will start with the oh, on the definition or the explanation of CSR. Okay, first I will start. CSR, or corporate social responsibility, is a management concept where companies integrate social and environmental concerns in their business operation and interaction with their stakeholders. CSR is generally understood as being the way through which a company achieves a balance of economic, environmental, and social imperatives, while at the same time addressing the expectation of shareholders and stakeholders. Okay, that's my take on CSR. So, anyone want to explain about CSR?
Uh, okay. Now, I would like to share my idea on CSR. So, I found that actually, other than calling as CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, is also known as corporate social impact, because the main I think the main idea is to bring impact to the society and to the individuals in need. So um I think it's quite relevant to use the word impact instead of corporate social responsibility. So what do you guys think?
I think impact is also a nice word to replace responsibility, because impact, the act of CSR itself is giving impact on the social, right? So I think it is acceptable. So what's your take on this topic? How's that?
For me, CSR is more about a business approach to sustainable development by delivering economic, social, and also environmental benefits. So for me, the term CSR, corporate social responsibility, is more to the effect. That's all.
Okay, so Angku, do you want to add on the CSR?
Undertaken by the company or corporate uh,
Okay, it's fine. Okay. Next, we will discuss on the environment. Okay. For that, I elaborate more about CSR. There are four known types of CSR. which are environmental responsibility, ethical responsibility, philanthropic responsibility, and economic responsibility. Okay, okay, and then we will move on about the importance of CSR. Okay, okay, I will start. In my opinion, one
Um,
of the main reason. Okay,
Sorry to interrupt, Sammy.
okay, okay,
Should
okay,
we discuss more into detail about all four types of the CSR responsibility?
okay.
Like you mentioned, the ethical, philanthropic, environmental, and economic. Like
Yes.
the differences among them.
Uh the difference, right? Do you want to ask about the difference?
Yeah, because
Okay,
from my understanding, the philan I will first express on the philanthropic
okay,
responsibility.
okay.
Um, so as the name suggested, philanthropic itself is um the the meaning of the word is more like to serve humanity. So basically, the word suggests that is to pay attention more on the well-being of the individual or the needy people. So from that, what I understand is those corporate um they can play a role in donating their time, money, resources into those charity work or organizational that in or through organization events in maybe international or national level. So what do you guys think? Is that relevant?
I'm not quite sure about because the word philanthropic itself is quite abnormal for me to hear, and I don't have much to comment on that
Mm,
aspect. Maybe Fauzan have an idea regarding that.
Same as me. The word is for me is not very often to be heard.
mhm. I think it's okay. So basically, I think we can classify the philanthropic as um, some sort like um, the responsibility dealing with the human rights or like national disaster, and then even like educational program, and even like some charity work in the underdeveloped countries, I guess.
So the context of philanthropy is quite big. It cover many area with many
Mm,
types of responsibility.
yeah. So I think we can just classify it as more towards humanity, like to
Uh,
serve human rights. Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
So anything you guys want to add on the types of the CSR? No. Okay. Then we proceed on with the importance of CSR. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. In my opinion, one of the main importance of um, doing CSR is to bolster a company's name and image, hence building a socially responsible brand. So because if we do an act of CSR and it is quite large scale, especially if the company is widely known, and the act itself kind of like brings us apa orang kata publicity, okay, publicity for the company. So I don't say it's bad, but uh, I think it's one of the main reasons that CSR is important, so that the company's name is in good perspective for the people. Okay, and then one of the importance that I think is quite relevant is boost. It can boost employees' morale and increase productivity. And I don't think it contributes much to their productivity, but it cannot be denied that maybe their productivity will be increased if the company uh, performs CSR. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the importance of CSR?
For me, CSR in business is important because for me it can improve the innovation and collaboration in a business because when employee engage in social good activities, it is proven that they become more innovative and also collaborative. Uh, a lot of skill can be developed when taking part in any kind of CSR activity. Also, employee can able to learn about uh, their develop their communication skill, improve their leadership, and also gain invaluable local insight. So with this new skill that they develop, the it can allow the company to flourish within its market.
Okay, very well. And what about you, Wendy?
Oh, okay. I think what Fauzan says is quite relevant, and then I would like to add on with my own thoughts. And okay, for my way of thinking, I see CSR as a way for it can be an analogous to some influencer that you can see, for example, on YouTube or on TikTok, for example, because they are like the influencer that can bring on a new trend to the industry, to the society, to individuals, to their fans and whatever, to people that trust them and their followers. I'll suggest. And for me, I think that CSR is, for example, the corporate, they are actually the role models in the industry, and they are the one that they'll lead the trend in industry or even in a certain field. For example, in engineering, I'll suggest that for my own field, um, for example, GE Power, they are like the role model and the corporate leader in within the field. So everything they do, they'll actually make an impact and they'll like inspired others. For example, as we engineers, they inspire us to do better and to use up all the resources we have, the knowledge we have to make an impact to the society. So that's the important in CSR for me. Yeah. How about
Oh,
okay? How about
well,
Engku?
Uncle, can you hear?
okay. Um,
I think Engku is lagging. So
okay, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, but what when you just said earlier, I think is what quite um it gave me a better idea about the importance of CSR, and I think that's is very good, and that's because the impact of social media right now is quite big, due to the usage of social media right now, especially in youth, and I think that is a very good point. Okay, and then we'll move on with the example of CSR activities. Okay, um, one of the most commonly known CSR activities is engaging in charity events, such as giving, maybe donating some money or utilities to the people in need. Also, reducing pollution and applying green technology can also be considered as an act of CSR. And lastly, providing beneficial policies for employees can also be classified as an act of CSR because it is responsibility of the employers for providing the benefit of something like that to the employees. Okay, so that's my what I think some notable examples of CSR. Okay, so you guys want to add about the examples?
Uh, I think you have already covered quite most of the example of the project. And for me myself, I would like to add on. I would suggest that those corporate they can follow the sustainable development goal. We call it as SDG, and then it's actually developed by the United Nations, UN, and they have total of 17 goals, which is to build our world to a better place, I'll say, and which is I'll briefly go through all of them. The first start with no poverty, second is zero hunger, third is good health and well-being, and then quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitization. And goal 7 is affordable and clean energy. 8 is decent work and economic growth. Number 9 is industry, innovation and infrastructure. Number 10 is reduce inequalities. 11 is sustainable cities and communities. Response, consumption and production. Next is climate action. And 14 is life below water. 15 is life on land. 16 is peace, justice and strong institutions. And the last one is partnership for the goals. And I think all those corporate they can refer to all these goals in order to achieve them, and they actually target it to achieve by 2030, according to the agenda for sustainable development. So I think it can be a blueprint for them to like follow it and to execute to execute during their CSR.
Okay, that is quite a big goal to be honest. But considering the time span for the goals to be achieved is in 10 years more, like right.
Yeah.
So maybe we can look forward to the CSR and to the act of CSR. So I think this is fine. That is good.
Mhm.
Okay, and Fauzan, you want to add about the examples of CSR activities?
I think uh, for the example, you and Wenyi already cover almost many of the example. That's what I think, and that's all I think for me, because you guys already covered so many example that I already think of it.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine. So do you want, Fauzan, do you want to give some examples of companies that have successfully did the act of CSR in the past?
Yeah, sure. I would like to give example on CSR activity like company, like a shoe company like Tom's. Tom's is quite branded company for it's a shoe company where they make a campaign or mission where they will donate a pair of shoes for every pair shoes that they sell. Uh, for now, almost uh, in the nation is almost 60 million pairs of shoes that they already donate to children. For me, it's for a company, for a shoe company that donating each pair for every pair shoes that they sold. For me, uh, it's a good things, and also sometimes I think where's the profit that they will earn if they make the donation for me. But it's a good thing for the company because uh, no other company that will donate one shoe for every one shoe for every pair one shoe that they sell. That's all.
Okay, that is good. That's a good example of CSR. Okay, and if I may add, I will like to explain about the CSR conducted by Ben and Jerry, the ice cream company. Okay, Ben and Jerry created the Ben and Jerry's Foundation, and the company has set the bar very high by giving 7.5% of their pre-tax profits to charitable organizations around the world. And with this foundation alone, they have donated over $2 million to multiple organizations, and this simple act of donation have quite an positive impact on the society. And for the next example, BMW, the car company, German made, BMW, they help over 1 million people by 2020, and they help the people by creating programs such as the schools environmental education development project, and also they actively engage in raising awareness of social and environmental issues. Okay, so if I can add more, now that the COVID issue is quite big, right? So we ha- we can learn more from wait, we can as we can read from the news, right? Some big name companies in farmers in medical industries such as Pfizer, and in our local national company Top Glove, they also contributed like a lot of face masks, gloves for the medical use in order to combat the COVID. And I think there's also quite a big opportunity to perform CSR, as times like this is a times of need. Okay, so Wendy, you want to add some examples?
Yeah, sure. Speaking about the medical contribution, I would like to talk about the AirAsia company, which is based in Malaysia. And I read an article that talked about how they set up a campaign awareness on the HIV patient, where they have introduced a marketing strategy where they will donate 20 cents US dollar for every ticket they have sold, to help those HIV patients to provide them with their life-saving antiretroviral treatment. I think it's their medicines, and because of the contribution that they have made, they actually won a gold at the Marketing Excellence Award 2019 for excellence in corporate social responsibility. So I think it's really quite impressive, and it's proud to say that they are from Malaysia. Yeah. So
Very nice example. Okay, so I think we have covered a lot about CSR. We have now understand the concept, the importance, and some examples of the act of CSR itself. So, and I think we have covered everything on the list, and I guess that will be all for today. So, any of you have any questions? Um, no. Okay. Okay.
so
So
far so good.
okay, so far so good, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I want to thank you all for taking your time out of your busy schedules and to be here today. So if nothing's we can meet again on next week.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if anyone has any inquiries or anything about we have discussed today, and we can connect on our group WhatsApp, our WhatsApp group. Okay, so I think that's all. And okay, I think that's all for today. So okay, thank you everyone,
Okay, thank
and
you.
go work. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Okay, have a good night also.